What's up, guys? It's your girl, Alexandria Ikamoni, in the studio, 105.3 The Beat, iHeartRadio, with the one and only Falynn Pina. How are you, girl?
What's up? What's up?
I'm so happy you're able to come into the studio.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes, yes, yes. And I wanted to do something different for ours for some reason. I was like, we need more of a girl chat type vibe.
Yes.
So that is what this is all about. I honestly haven't had, like, alcohol in the studio, but what are we drinking on? Because you know this better than I do.
Tonight we are definitely sipping on that Nyack Bobo, that cognac.
And it's strong.
It's strong?
I mix it too with pink lemonade.
Well, I'm sipping it straight. Wait, let me see.
But you do it all the time. You sip it straight.
I know. I just wanted to take a sip. I was lying.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
like.
Keep sipping. Keep on sipping. We have the whole bottle. Somebody has to finish it at some point, so it might as well be us. But we're going to talk about everything today.
Oh, gosh. I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Okay, for those who don't know, Falynn is a reality TV star. You've seen her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's a YouTuber. She's an author, which we're going to talk about, as well as an artist. So you do it all pretty much.
Right. Yep, absolutely. I try.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
some more coming.
Oh, well, we cannot wait for the more to come. So let's first talk about your family, because that's like a huge part of your brand, what you do. First, you have a new little baby. Let's talk about her. Tell me more about her.
Well, her name is Emma. She is 10 months old. She's about to be 1 already.
Wow.
Could you believe it? I swear I feel like I gave birth to her yesterday. I don't know where the time is going, but she has not walked yet. We're just waiting on those little new milestones. However, her first word was daddy.
I was just about to ask, did she say her first word? Isn't it like how that goes?
Every time.
And moms feel betrayed because it's like, how dare you? I carried you for 9 months.
Exactly. And only one of my children ever said mommy first.
Oh.
So that was nice.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's talk about that. So your YouTube focuses on your family. Tell me more about your whole family, the kids, the boo. We want to know it all.
Well, I'm a mother of 4. So we have Troy, Dylan, Liam, and Emma. Troy is 15, Dylan is 14, Liam is 9, and Emma is 10 months. Oh. Yes, I did spit them all out. And I'll probably have one more.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you ready? So. Jay's in the studio. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready because time is ticking.
Yes.
Okay, I am 33. You know, we don't age backwards, so I'm ready to just spit the last one out and be done. I had planned not to have any more children. But then I got pregnant with Emma, and when I found out it was a girl, I'm like, I need to have another one for Emma. So now I have to have 2 girls.
Good luck. It's a 50-50 shot.
I'm going to have a girl.
Oh, period. That is it. And the body looks good. I mean, for multiple kids, girl, I have none, and...
Oh, shut up. You look fine.
Oh, my goodness. But let's talk about your man. Give us the details. A lot of people, because you go by the Pinas, we want to know, are you officially married? What's the situation like? Give me the details.
Yes, girl. Okay, so we covered this on our YouTube, right? My grandfather's name was Pina, and rightfully I was supposed to have the name Pina, but it's a long story. That's not actually my maiden name. So I ended up legally changing my name to Pina, and Jalen went and changed his name legally to Pina because that was going to be the name of our daughter. I wanted her to carry that last name, and he literally said out of his mouth, if my daughter's going to have the last name Pina, I'm going to change it as well. And the reason as to why there's so much, oh my gosh, controversy.
We know.
Oh my gosh. He receives so much backlash for changing his last name because men don't typically do that, and it's unorthodox. But shout out to Jalen because he doesn't follow by the rules, and that's why I love him the most. But really, he just did it for the sake of our daughter, and just to have respect for us as a unit. Jalen's background story, his father used to put hands on his mother. So he doesn't have a very close relationship with his father, which led for him to be so easily to change his last name. He was like, all right, well, we're just going to change your last name because his surname meant absolutely nothing to him whatsoever.
Right.
And so it was easy for him. And it was, honestly, if you really know the backstory, it's really admirable. The fact that he would do something like that.
Right.
For me and for his daughter. So I'm
goodness.
happy.
Yeah.
No, we're not married yet.
Okay.
We're engaged. And we're just taking it day by day. We'll see. We'll see what comes.
Okay. Do we have a wedding date at least?
We did, actually. Our original wedding date was for October 13th.
Oh.
Yes.
In a few days.
Right. In just a few days, it was our wedding. However, we ended up moving, we had the baby, and the boys, the teenagers, they've been going through puberty, and they've been going through a lot with just, you know, the changes from me getting divorced and, you know, just having their whole life being uprooted so suddenly. Jalen and I decided to really take a step back and not really focus on ourselves right now. We are just focused on our children and our household and making it a loving and happy home and just focused on the kids right now.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, when kids are going through that, they just need a minute. They take a little bit longer to really adjust to that change. So we understand.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, no problem at all. Okay, so let's get the backstory here. How did you guys meet, by the way?
So I have told this story, I think, 1,082 times
I know,
now.
one more.
So Jalen and I were best friends when I was married previously to my ex now. And we went from being best friends to him being my assistant. And from there, I mean, our relationship, our bond just grew and grew and grew. And then everything kind of just blew up in the media. And, you know, after that, I mean, we never even looked at each other like that. There was once upon a time I looked at Jalen and I was like, ew.
Oh, my goodness.
No, seriously. Like, not that he wasn't attractive or anything, but
just
he was like, you know, like the homie. He was a dog, you know. I'm like, no.
Don't try it.
No. But when I was going through my divorce and he was the only one that was there for me, I mean, I even had friends, you know, who just ditched me and out of nowhere, you know, just because of my divorce. And I was no longer married to this older, successful man. People just kind of left. Or because it got really public, I felt like maybe they were embarrassed or something. I don't know. I try to make sense of it all, but whatever the reason is, they left. And Jalen was the only one who was there. I mean, so it's easy to fall in love with someone, you know, when you're going through such turmoil and life's trials and tribulations, you know, the type of person who will just be there and have your back and hold you down.
Yeah.
You know, he was the guy who was there, who took care of my kids so that they didn't see me cry. You know, so just doing things like that and just really holding my hand throughout such a horrible time in my life, because it being so public. Divorce is already hard enough.
Yeah.
And then here we go, and it's all in the public eye.
Yeah.
And it's not anything at that time. It's not what I was used to. It wasn't what I signed up for.
Right.
You know, it was kind of just forced upon. So, yeah, I just fell in love with him, to be honest.
Aww.
I just fell in love.
Okay, what was that moment where you were like, okay, he's the one. We want to do this.
Ooh. This actually is a funny story, and it's going to sound a little weird. All right, I'm going to let you know now. It's going to sound a little, take a sippy, take a little sippy.
Take another one.
All right, take a sippy. All right. So it's a little weird. My ex was off in fucking, I don't even know. He was where? Colombia, I think, at this time. Which I would find out later that he was with his now fiance. So in Colombia, while I was still at our house raising my children and his children. I was caring for all of them by myself. We had already discussed going through what is called uncoupling therapy. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, but I don't really know the details.
Yeah, so pretty much you sit down with a therapist and they teach you.
Ooh.
They teach you and show you how to uncouple without destroying one another. That didn't work, obviously. Paid thousands of dollars for nothing. Yeah, so anyway, we ended up doing uncoupling therapy, and from there, I think we had been going to uncoupling therapy for about almost 2 weeks by this point. I had a dream. It was, this is going to sound so weird because I've never actually said this to anyone besides like my closest friends. So I had a dream that I was with my ex for some reason I just knew it was like 5 years past this point of where I currently am, right?
Yeah.
And here he was, we're walking to a nightclub. And here he was, and Jalen is there with this other woman. She's tall, she's beautiful, she was fair skin tone, she had really tight, kinky curls, and I just remember them both looking so happy. They had the biggest smiles on their faces, and they were leaving. It was cold outside, and he was putting like a fur coat around her, and Jalen had like this long trench coat and a scarf around his neck. And my ex walks up to him, and he taps him on the shoulder, and he goes, "Hey." And this is how he used to talk to him. Like he used to, and it wasn't just him, all staff. He would always talk down to staff.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they were beneath him. That's what he believes. He would say, "Hey, why don't you go ahead and set us up a table for old times?" And Jalen laughed, and he said, "No worries, I got you." So he went, he was gone for a few minutes, he came back, we're still standing there, and next thing you know, it's a dream. So next thing you know, I look to my right, and my ex is over there turning up, bottles coming out, you know, he's in the section, popping the bottles. And I look to my left, and Jalen grabs his fiance, I would learn that it was his fiance, grabs her by the arm, and they walk out, and they're laughing and everything. Come to find out, the nightclub was owned by Jalen. And so, he had grown up and, became successful and everything, and he was perfectly happy in his life. In that very moment, I woke up, and I told myself, what is it that, mind you, I didn't even know that I had feelings for my friend at this time. So that was like the dream that made me think like, holy shit, do you have feelings for your best friend, you loser?
You loser.
No, because we've seen this so many times in movies. Yeah. Like, I don't have relationships where, in movies you see all like, the beautiful relationships and everyone falls in love with each other and they live a happy-go-lucky life, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen for me in my life. So I'm like, no, not me. That I would never be lucky enough to have that. And so I realized, holy shit, like I'm in love with my best friend, and I'll be damned if I allow him to go to another woman. That's not happening.
Okay.
Ever.
You knew.
And another thing, I also had to realize that I had become an alcoholic with being with my ex. There were days where we would go out every single other day and drink to excess. And I could not go out and not drink because I went from not drinking at all. I didn't start drinking until I was 25.
Wow.
So I went from not drinking at all. And then I turned 25. I drank just, moderately, barely. Social. I didn't even know how to drink, really. I was really young-minded. Until I was 26 and I met Simon. And when I was 26, that's when I started drinking as I was with him. It's taken a lot since I've divorced him, I'll say, to not chemically induce myself. And it's taken a lot of work to break away from, and create those certain boundaries from drinking just from that relationship in itself. But they say narcissists love to keep their mates in a chemically induced state. And I had to learn that with therapy. Yeah. I had to learn that, yeah.
So that's really how you got it through, is therapy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot of therapy. And it's not just mental therapy, it's soul therapy, too. You have to do soul therapy. as well.
Yes. Take care of the soul, not just the mind, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, we are loving, seeing you progress, seeing you in this new space. You guys are beautiful together, have a lot of fun together. It's really, I get to witness it, so I really love how you guys really just look like your best friends, act like your best friends, but you're more than that. You really have true love there, so I love seeing that. But we want to get into, your experience on Real Housewives of Atlanta. How did you like it? What did you think about it? Tell me more about that.
I didn't. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Real Housewives was really hard. It wasn't bad. I don't take the experience back for anything. It was a good experience to have because I learned a lot. But there were a few things that I would have done differently.
Okay. Like what?
I probably wouldn't have invited such people into my home. And that was, although my marriage was what it was and we had issues, we didn't have that bad of issues until I allowed certain people within our circle. And it came from being on that show. But I'm glad, that's why I say I'm glad that I learned the lessons that I learned from the show, because I know how to protect my home now.
Period.
Like no other. I'm not only a mama bear, but I'm a wife, and I will make sure that no one touches my home now.
Yeah.
No one I would not even allow, any type of snake to come into my house ever again. And I was glad that it happened with the person that it did, because a husband can't be taken. If he can be taken, he was never yours.
That's the word. That's the word.
So if you, and God forbid, but if a woman's able to come into my current relationship with me and Jalen and they're able to take him, sister, you can have him, because it's just not, it wasn't for me. But at the same time, I do know how to now, I understand now how to protect that energy and to create those boundaries from that happening. Whereas I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had to. I just kept all of my trust into my mate and put all my eggs in a basket. And our mamas tell us, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Now you get it. Now you know. And now your eggs have a cage all around it. So we understand. So quick question. Did you know Porsha before filming, or?
No.
Okay.
No.
So how would you know, like, she was a snake? How would you be able to tell?
Well, now. Well, now.
Yes.
when they posted the picture. But no, I did not know Porsha. It's a part of the show for you to come in and, they do ask you, the producers ask you, who do you think that you would mesh with the most during the interviewing stages? And I told them Porsha.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But no, I said Porsha. I said, she's lively. She's hip. She's fun. She likes to be silly. She'll talk shit if she has to. That was up my alley. So I said her, and then my second runner-up was Candy.
Okay.
They always ask you for, like, who, if not her, someone else.
Yeah.
And it was Candy. And then I told them, they said, why Candy? And I said, Candy's like everyone's lovable auntie.
Yeah.
And so the season I was on, everybody was the aunties and the nieces. So that's where that came from.
Oh.
Yeah. So, so we came on to the show when she filmed for the first time with me at my house. That would be the first time that I met her face to face.
Interesting.
The first episode that you guys saw by the pool.
By the pool. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. So, were you blindsided about the news of Porsha and your ex, Simon? How did that go for you?
Yeah.
How did you find out?
I've said this before. Kenya called me. Kenya called me the morning of the news, and I did not take it very lightly because I bless her heart, I didn't believe her. And she called to forewarn me, and she said, Falynn, word on the street is that Porsha and Simon are engaged.
Not even like dating, just straight engaged.
And I said, no. I'm like, no. I said, Simon is a lot of things. This is what I told her. I said, Simon is a lot of things. He would not do that. That's not happen. No. Because he's never come off to me, the 5 years that I was with him, he never came off to me as desperate.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't know her. So I was like, no, that's just not, she wasn't his type. Everything about it, it was just all off. I don't believe you. You know, and I was like, no. And she was like, okay, I'm forewarning you that, you know, there's probably going to be some news or something. And I said, no. A few hours later, Dennis posted the picture, I believe, stating, congratulations on your new chapter. She had the exact same ring that I had designed on her finger, with her hand on his chest. And that was the picture that, you know, blew up all over the world. And that's how I found out. I found out exactly the same time as everyone else.
Wow.
Yeah.
But do you think Kenya was doing that to be messy? Because she is known to be messy. I have to ask.
You know what? Who knows what goes on in Kenya's mind? I don't know. I don't try to figure it out. I roll with the punches with her, and I keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's fair.
Probably.
Kenya Moore, guys. Kenya Moore. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's talk about, like, you. Of course, like, that happened after you announced your divorce, right? So how did that conversation go between the two of you? Like, what was the reason of, like, you know, this is not going to work anymore?
There was no conversation. Absolutely not. There wasn't a conversation. There was a mutual statement that we were going to release, that we had planned to release on a certain day and time. And we went to therapy, where the therapist was paid for by him. So I feel as though, and I still feel this way to this day, I really felt like she was like Team Simon, and I was just, you know, the little mouse. And if you will. And so we're in therapy, and it pretty much felt like an ultimatum. That was my perspective of the last therapy session that we had, uncoupling. It was supposed to be an uncoupling session, but it really came down to, are you going to live by his way of living or his rules, or not? It wasn't, they didn't say rules, but I know his language, his lingo. I don't really remember it now anymore because he's gone out of my mind. But back then, it was really like, it was never direct lingo. It was like manipulative. You know, it was very gaslighting type of lingo. And so it was pretty much like an ultimatum. You're either going to be this way or you're not. And if you're not, then that's the way it is. So I remember the breaking point. It wasn't a conversation. It was a breaking point. The breaking point was, I started breaking down in therapy, and I said, I can no longer be strong enough. I can't do it. And I started hyperventilating. I'm crying. I mean, my face is melting. And I'm saying, I can't do it anymore. I just cannot do it anymore. I don't have the strength. I'm not strong enough.
Yeah.
And right in that very moment, as I'm crying, screaming to the top of my lungs, saying, I'm not strong enough, he smiles.
Wow.
He looks at the therapist, he smiles, he embraces me, and he says, this is the Falynn that I know. And in that very moment, that's when I made the mental decision that I was walking away. I went to the bathroom, I cleaned myself up, and I left. He drove separately from me at that time because we were separated, so I got in my car and I walked away. I drove away, and that was it. To me, that was it. And Simon then left, got in his car, but before he could actually pull out of the parking lot, he posted his own statement, not the joint statement that we made. No. I wouldn't find out until, we lived 20 minutes away from there, so I wouldn't find out until I was home that he had posted his own statement. And that's how I noticed that, you know, the public knew of our divorce, and that's how I knew we were actually really getting a divorce. Yeah.
That's rough. That's definitely rough for anybody to go through, especially, you know, making it so public. It really just affects everything. to another level.
Right.
Drink to that, girl.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
please.
drink to that.
Please, because
Cheers.
there's a lot that we're unpacking today. And it's, we got to really.
You really have me, like, digging back in the deep
Sorry,
parts of my
girl.
mind. I'm like,
sorry,
what
we just
happened?
want to know. Like, of course, everyone just wants to really understand what transpired. So this is like the last question I'm going to ask about it. Then we're going to move on to your book because that's really what we're here for. Okay, so the last question is, what lie or what is something that people don't know about the situation that you want to clear up, you want to put out there about that, and then we'll drop it forever.
Oh my gosh, there's so much.
Well, keep going if you want to.
I think the main thing is that, well, there's two things. One, everyone thinks that Jalen was Simon's assistant, and he wasn't. He was mine because he was my best friend. Simon and Jalen didn't, even when I made him, at the time that I made him my assistant, Simon and Jalen weren't cool like that. Like, they didn't have combos or, anything like that. Excuse me. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing is that I never cheated on Simon. By the time I realized that I even had feelings for him, Jalen and I hadn't even been intimate. We hadn't talked to each other in those inappropriate ways. Like, I didn't even notice that I would ever, gather feelings like that for him until, unfortunately, at that time, I was going through turmoil. Yeah. And at that time, then I realized, hold up, he still has my back. He's still here. He's that one. Like, what am I doing, you idiot? Like, everything you've been asking for and begging for in your current marriage, you're not getting, and it's right here staring you in the face. So that's when I realized everything, and we created that, and then we had a baby very quickly, but
we love her.
We just
you had fun.
We just had a baby. We prayed for her.
Oh, I love it.
No, yeah, and then we had a baby, but no, I think after Simon put out into the media that whole lie and everything, that everybody kind of just ran with it. But he told me that he was going to do that anyway, so I already knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. Okay. He ended up putting out into the media, screenshots of Jalen pulling up to our house. What people didn't know is that he was in Simon's car pulling up to our house in the gate, because you have to enter in the code, and it was recording 24/7.
Yeah.
And so as Jalen was pulling up into the house and he knew the code to the gate, it would still record you. And he took screenshots of him in his car, because that was our family car. That was like, for my first assistant, he was my first assistant, my second assistant. That's the car that we used to give to them to run errands for the kids and, for whatever the household needed. What people don't know is that all those screenshots are of him doing his job. But he made it seem like I was cheating on him. I'm like, yeah, I'm cheating on you in broad daylight, like, seriously, in your car. Yeah. And then there was a video, and he told me he was going to release this before he actually did. There was a video of him walking in the middle of it was literally at midnight. This was the night that I had my interview with Candy. I think it was, right? The same night that I had my interview with Candy. Simon was nowhere to be found. We were supposed to go out and celebrate that I was on Candy's show with her. Yeah. And he was nowhere to be found. I kept blowing him up. I kept calling. I kept texting. No go. Nowhere to be found. He just disappeared. And it was my big night. And we had plans to go and eat dinner. And then after that, we were going to go have a drink and celebrate. Yeah. And he was nowhere to be found. Wow. Jalen ended up coming out. I forced him to come out with me, because he was like, bitch, I've been working for you all day. I'm going to sleep. But no, I forced him to come out with me. I was like, I just wrapped my interview. I don't know where Simon is. Can you come have a drink with me or whatever? But we were friends. Of course he's going to come. Yeah. So anyway, he came, and I asked my second assistant to come, but she couldn't come because she was having a birthday celebration with her dude or something like that. I don't know. She wasn't available. Yeah. So it was just me and Jalen. And we ended up having a couple of drinks. After Simon started blowing me up, he left me just hanging around. I went and met up with my 2 girls before I got with him. Before I got with Jalen, I went and met up with my 2 girlfriends who were already out at the St. Regis. I sat there with them for 2 hours, and I didn't hear a peep from Simon until we were leaving. I was pulling the valet was pulling up. I was getting in my car, and that's when Simon called me. He was like, I'm so sorry, I lost track of time. I was out with Jeezy, and I didn't see my phone, and la la la. I'm like, you've known Jeezy for years. Yeah. Like, anytime you're out with him, you don't just not see your phone. Like, honestly, if you're out with Jeezy and you didn't see your phone, that's kind of gay. Like, I don't even know what else to say to that. Like, what are you even talking about? What do you mean you're out with him and you don't see your phone? Come on. And we know that he doesn't swing that way. So I don't. Anyway, so it was just sounding really skeptical to me at this point. So I'm like, no, there was a woman. A wife knows, you know. Yeah. So it was just one of those inklings. Anyway, I went home. By the time after we left St. Regis, he's blowing me up. I'm not answering. Yeah. I go out with Jalen, and we go to a little bar. We're just sitting at the bar having drinks, and I'm telling him all about it. And he's like, you know, Simon's really worried. You really need to call him back. And he's threatening, you know, to call the police and stuff and tell everybody that you're kidnapped. And I'm like, it hasn't been 24 hours. So he needs to calm down. Yeah. It's been 30 minutes. So anyway, so we let that go, and Jalen called Simon, and he was like, she's fine. She's with me. We're at a bar. I'm going to have her home. She's fine. She's just upset. Yeah. So anyway, we got into the Uber. He made sure I was home because I was intoxicated. I was so upset, and I got intoxicated. Make sure I went home. The side door was broken. So I told him to go through the side door because it wasn't swinging open. It kept swinging open. I was like, go to the side door. He's Mr. Fix-It. Jalen is Mr. Fix-It.
That's good, though.
Yeah, he is. And Simon does not have a fix-it bone in his body. He couldn't change a light bulb, okay? So Jalen walks to the side door. He's checking it out. And, you know, during this time, the wind kept blowing. It was raining. So it blows the door open, which is really scary. So anyway, he went and fixed it, or tried to, in the middle of the night, and that's what you guys saw. That was the video.
Okay.
Of him walking in the middle of the night to the side of the house.
Rumors are cleared up.
It has been for several. This is not my first time telling this story.
Oh, Lord. Well, thank you for sharing that one more time. We appreciate you doing that. But let's also talk about your book, right? So the book Sinless is now out. People can go get it on Amazon. Tell us more about this book. What inspired you to write it? What can people really get from that book?
You know, my book is really a memoir, and it's not a memoir as of my life in its entirety, because I'm only 33 and I have a lot more life to live, but more so it's a spiritual guide, you know, pretty much. It's guidance for women who have ever been through anything like I have. You know, I experienced sexual and physical abuse as a child. And then I went from relationship to relationship to relationship, hence my 3 beautiful sons, but all of which were abusive relationships. And I kept repeating this cycle, which I'm starting to realize a lot of us do that. We all repeat the same cycle until we actually make that decision for ourselves to change it. And that's exactly what I poured into my book as I was writing it, is my heart and soul, my turmoil, my trauma, everything I've ever been through. I wanted to pour into this book, but I also wanted to let women know that you have the right to change your stars. Only you can change that. And only you have your own voice, and nobody can take that away from you. And going through such a public divorce, I would have to learn how to be stronger than I have ever been in my life. Even stronger than I was with my sexual abuse at the age of 13. This was a lot harder to have to deal with. because everyone it seemed like they were on my side, as long as they knew that I was a victim. And then once they realized that I pretty much just got the fuck up and left and chucked the deuces because you're not going to treat me like shit, and I moved the fuck on real fast, then at that point I became scum in the public eye. And only because a man said so. And because all of that unfolded in front of everyone, I wanted to go back from ground zero. I wanted to show everyone and tell everyone where it was that it all started for me. It did not start with this last relationship. It was just the last straw for my strength to come out into the forefront for everyone. Because, and I'll always say this, you never know who it is that you're helping by telling your story.
Right.
It may sound ridiculous to others, but you never know who it may resonate with. And you never know who it is that you're helping at the end of the day. And that's pretty much what my book is meant for, is to help those other women who feel like they can't or they don't have a voice because enough people have told them to shut the hell up. Like they have told me, why do you keep talking about it? Oh my gosh, why? Oh my gosh, you haven't moved on yet. It's like, it's not that I haven't moved on. Of course I've moved on. I have a whole family.
People don't get that.
I'm about to get remarried. Of course, I've moved on. However, I learned a lot of lessons, not about other people, but about myself and my self-acceptance. And those life's trials and tribulations, you don't have to necessarily look at those as negative things. And those are the lessons that I really want to shed light on, and how I really want to help people. Is by letting women know, specifically battered women, know that they're not alone, and you're a badass bitch, and you don't need no man, you don't need your mother, you don't need your father. You know, you came into this world alone, and that's exactly how you're going to leave it. So you might as well go ahead and live your life to the fullest and do whatever makes you happy for you.
And that's a strong word that a lot of people sometimes just need to hear to really know that what their worth is and how much power they have within themselves. Yes, I love it. And what other words or what other words of wisdom that people will really get from this book? What else do you want people to make sure that they know?
I truly just want women to understand and know what their power is.
Yes.
They forget that without them, these men would not even be here.
Hello.
They wouldn't exist.
Hello.
It is us that breeds them. So without us, there is no them. So how could you sit here and let a man really mistreat you and undermine your worth? They should be thanking you for the fact that they have breath.
There's nothing else to say at this point. You can
There's not.
You can drink to that at that point. Go ahead and cheers to that, because that is a word that a lot of people really need to hear. So anything else you want to discuss about the book, about past relationships and so forth?
No, so the book is out on Amazon.com, and it is also available on BarnesandNoble.com. So I will be doing a book tour very soon. So that's coming up. Yep, we're just working out the kinks on that and the dates. So I'll be having that available very soon, and I'm really excited about it.
Oh, yes. We're excited for more people to get their hands on the book, because it is powerful. It's going to really change their perception and change their confidence level, honestly, in the best way possible. So super excited about that. Once again, in the studio with Falynn Pina, we are here, 105.3 The Beat. And honestly, I told you guys at the beginning, we're doing something more fun today, more like just a good conversation, girl chat. We got the deep stuff out the way, so we need to talk about everybody else and whatever is going on in the outside world, okay? I want to start with, honestly, love and divorce. This past week, we have seen, like 7 days, we've seen so many people come out, get separated, get divorced. We're talking about Tia Mowry, Tom Brady and Giselle, Nia Long, Love is Blind stars Iyanna and Jarrett. Like, what in the world is going on, and what do you think is the reason why so many marriages, relationships aren't lasting today? What do you think, girl?
I don't even know. Honestly, I really feel like there must be a mixture between women. And I'm going to say this, and this is not me tooting my own horn, okay?
Tell me, girl.
I really feel like women are just really coming into their power these days.
Yes.
You have to understand, our voices have been suppressed for so many years. And I really have to thank social media for that. As much as most of the time I cannot stand social media, I really have to thank social media for this because it has truly allowed us to see that we are not alone and that there are so many other women around here who think and act just like us. And it has made our voices even stronger.
I love it.
It's made it louder. And I think I feel like we stand in unity even more than we have ever before.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, maybe they're just not going to put up with no shit.
And that's the bottom line.
The women are just done.
And it's a completely different world. So we're talking about like social media, double-edged sword. You have that community that you're looking for, excuse me. But also, you just know, like, we are boss babes. We are boss bees. We are really owning every industry that you can honestly think of. And we realize, like, well, if you're not going to be shit, what am I doing with you?
Exactly.
Because I can do this on my own.
And I'm telling you, the men are mad.
Ooh.
The men are mad. They don't even know what to do at this point. They are upset, okay?
They don't have
They're
a
out here
temper.
actually posting things like, oh, I don't like a woman, you know, speaking up for herself and having a mind of her own. What? I'm sorry? You don't like a strong woman? They don't want women to work. They don't want a woman who works. You know, they don't want a woman who speaks her mind and says what it is that she's thinking or how she's feeling. It's truly sad, but at the same time, it's really comical.
Yes, it is, because you guys are the men supposed to be leading, and this is how you guys are acting.
Yeah, but do they realize that with the technology these days, we don't need them to have children?
Hello.
Oh,
did she say that?
Yeah, I did. We don't need them anymore. So guys, you better watch out.
Listen, step it up. Honestly, is the moral to the story. Step it up. And people are like, oh, well, I don't want to mess with her because all she wants is money and all she wants is this, this, and that. But it's like,
and all you want is what?
Ooh.
A pet. A beautiful pet that you get groomed every month. No,
that's not happening.
No,
we're about
not
to
over
be
here.
in 2023.
No,
Step
there are a few women left on this planet Earth.
Yeah.
Just a few. They're a bit older now, but you know, just a few women left.
She's like me. I'm
here.
here.
That love to be groomed and not have to do anything or have any opinion ever. But
not you.
It's not me. It's a new generation, baby.
It is.
And we are coming in.
We are. So let's talk about the love aspect. Like, in the age of social media and honestly being in the public eye as well, like, what can you do to really make sure the love is there, the love stays there, and you can really make it to the end? Because the goal is never to get divorced, right? If you want a marriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what can we do?
Well, you know, I got divorced, so.
Come on, we got Jalen in the building. Come on, we here. We are here.
Well, the difference between Jalen and that relationship is that Jalen started out as my best friend, my genuine best friend. And there's not anything that Jalen does not know about me.
Okay.
My ex didn't even know my favorite color.
What?
No. He didn't even know what my favorite foods were, and I only had like 3.
Oh, man.
Yes, but Jalen knows everything. I mean, he knows what I'm thinking before I even say it. He does things, you know, and gets things done before I even have to say it.
Yeah.
I truly feel like, oh, it's so cliche for me in my scenario. I truly feel like, you know, if you could get a man to be your best friend before you turn him into your lover, that'd be great. But what man wants to be in the friend zone?
These men honestly want to move fast, too.
Especially today.
Yes.
They do. They want to move really fast.
Oof. Slow it down, please, man. Slow it down.
Just a bit.
Just a little. Not too much. You want to have fun. Okay, but let's talk about other men. Kanye West in particular. He has been in the media. He has been on social media for some very interesting things. I'm sorry, not even Black Lives Matter. That's what it needs to be.
It was not. It was not. What was it?
See, that's the drink talking, everybody.
Okay,
that's the drink here.
We'll do that.
Let's talk about it. The White Lives Matter t-shirt that has really caused so much conversation on social media.
Right.
What do you think about that? Honestly, like, I'm in the news, but I don't know what he was trying to say.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was going to be my next response. Does anybody understand what it was that he was trying? I mean, was he just trying to keep himself relevant outside of the Kardashians? Because that's what I got when I saw it. I'm like, oh, sir, you have forgotten along the way who you were and how you started.
Right.
And you don't know, because you've lost your way, you don't know how to keep yourself relevant outside of involving the Kardashians. They have begged you and begged you and begged you to stop.
Yes.
And you keep going. And when that doesn't, you know what they say, when the hate don't work, they start telling lies, okay?
Oh my God.
And when that wasn't working, now he has to do something as stupid as saying White Lives Matter on his shirt. I mean, at this point, I think we kind of did this a long time ago, but if we did not, let's go ahead and revoke his black card.
Hello. Hello. Just take it back, because it's not making sense.
It doesn't.
And Kanye, like, he's known to be very cryptic with what he's trying to get across. Honestly, sometimes his points...
And we've loved him for it.
We have, but make it make sense, because this is not
okay. You know, you already pissed us off with Make America Great Again.
Woo.
You pissed us off right there. That was the tip of the iceberg. And now you just lost us.
Yeah.
Now, you know, if it matters that much to you, then that's where you should go.
Yeah. Do you think he can come back from this?
No.
People love Kanye.
People love Kanye. They do. They absolutely do.
They do.
But after this, no, I can't see that. With everything and all of the good people that we have lost in our community, and what we have had to, I mean, there's been riots, there's been all types of things going on in this world and in our country alone. No.
Yeah.
If people take him back after this, our world is lost together.
As crazy as it sounds, I would not be surprised.
Oh, that's so sad.
I want to see like another single come out or another album and see how that does. Oh my God,
that would break my heart.
Or another like crazy pair of Yeezys, and let's see what happens, because like people forget, like not even just Kanye, but like people who would do some crazy stuff in the past, they'll forget all about it in a few months. I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We can't let this go though.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to post it every month.
Just repost, letting people know. Reminder.
Hey guys, good morning. Today's the 1st, but pay your rent. And also, don't forget this one right here. Kanye.
Where's the shirt? Where's the White Lives Matter shirt that we are all very much questioning?
Let me ask you a question. Who's the woman that he was with? What was
Candace Owens.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she's also another one where you have to question. Not going to lie. You have to question her too.
Okay.
And she's took up for Kanye throughout a lot of his craziness in the past. She's been very supportive of him and his words.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans. That's a nice way to put it. That's a nice way. So we'll see what happens there. If they even have a thing going on, who knows? Who knows what Kanye's about to do next, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's so weird, because even with, you know, him being with Kim when they were together is very contradicting, because Kim, you know, was doing justice reform for your people, and you're out here saying Make America Great Again.
That presidential campaign. He might run again for president. Let's see. Let's just definitely see.
Oh no.
It's a mess.
I'm gonna move.
You're gonna move?
I'm moving. Let's go to Canada, everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Canada.
Yep.
Everyone.
Right up, make the drive, right? Okay, one last topic I want to talk about that has been in the media as well. BET Awards just happened. A lot of great winners. Trina, we love Trina over here.
We
she
love
got
her.
that major.
I was there with her for dinner.
Yes, that honor was amazing. But a lot of people, honestly, they've been talking about the fact that Glorilla got the breakout or breakthrough artist over Fabio Foreign, Saucy Santana, etc. So we know FNF, is that how? Yep, FNF was like the song of the summer. Tomorrow too with Cardi B, like that's a hit. So do you think like she deserved that Breakthrough Artist Award over these other artists who have also made names for themselves? What do you
know
think?
what? At that time, I was also very busy. BET was so busy for everybody.
Yes.
Do you know what the nominees were?
Yeah. So two of them were Fabio Foreign, Saucy Santana. There was a few others, but those were like the two people were like, how did you pick Glorilla over these two?
I truly feel like people just need to give each other their flowers. I mean, if it was earned, then it was earned.
Yeah.
You know, it's not saying that other people didn't earn, you know, that award and that they should have probably received that. But at the same time, why are we not celebrating this person?
Yeah.
That's not nice, and that's not okay. We still need to stick together, and we still need to celebrate each other at the end of the day. I think it's really petty, honestly, but I love that song.
Listen,
I know. Listen, when you go out into the club, and you just want to let your hair down. There are even men who turn up to that song. When you go out to the club and they F-R-E. I mean, you see the men and the women saying, like,
because we are.
We love it. We love it, and it deserves to be celebrated. I mean, there's always gonna be award shows, guys. There's always gonna just keep bringing your magic. Just keep bringing it. We love it all.
Right.
We love it all, and we got to pick one.
I really wish they would all win because they've all been doing amazing work.
They have.
Fabio even came out and was like giving her flowers. Like, he's happy
Saucy Santana. Yes, all of that.
Make it make sense. But like, you know, she deserved it. She really like changed the game this like summer and now fall because we're still bumping that every day.
Yeah. So I am. I'm in the pickup line at my kids' school. Like,
you're that mom. Like, those are my kids. Give me my kids.
They're like, oh, Mom.
You're the cool mom, not the regular mom is what it sounds like.
I'm a cool mom. I'm not like those other moms.
Okay, 100%.
Drink, I'd rather you do it in the house.
And she takes a shot, you know, of the cognac. We love it. We love it. I mean, Mean Girls is always a good movie, good time. So a few last questions before you wrap it up, by the way. If there's anything else you want to talk about, just let me know. But first, let's get to learn more about you. So what do you like to do for fun? What is like your hobby?
Oh, besides my man?
Oh,
you know, he's young. I gotta keep up.
It. You gotta keep up.
I gotta keep up.
You're doing just fine, I think.
I just realized that I was old the other day. I'm like, whoosh.
You're not old. 30s is when you're thriving.
Well, my man is 23. So technically, I'm old. I gotta keep up. Okay?
No, we love younger men though. We do.
We do.
Yeah.
They remind us of our old days.
Yes.
You know?
And some are still very mature, but still keep you youthful at the same time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And men love knowing knowledge. You know, they love learning. They eat that shit up like breakfast, okay? So we can pass the knowledge and they give us the youth.
Okay.
It's a good trade-off,
It works.
Right? It works. At least for us, it works.
I love it.
But I love to paint. I'm an abstract painter. If I'm not being a mom or a fiance, I am in my studio. I'm in my art studio getting down and dirty.
Are you having an art show coming up anytime soon?
Nope.
What?
I am, oh, you sound like my fans now.
Because they want to know.
They want it. They want me to sell them so bad.
Yes.
And I love them so much for it. I'm not ready.
Okay.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
To be there. We'll give it a few more years, maybe next year, who knows, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me more, because apparently a certain ex didn't know your favorite food or color. Let's talk about your favorite food. What do you love to eat? What's your go-to thing?
In my house, we love Thai food.
Oh, yes.
But the person who loves Thai food the most is Jalen, and he's not even Thai, so I don't even understand. But he loves Thai food. We love, love, love Thai food. I cook it. The second up, I think, would be soul food. I know how to do that too. I'm Black and Asian, best of both worlds. Okay. So I love to fry up some chicken for my family. We just had Sunday dinner. We try to do it every other Sunday in our family. So we had fried chicken, fried fish, cabbage, cornbread. I mean, corn. We had everything.
You cook all that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
For my kids. And it was just us and the kids, but I try to create those memories for my children.
That makes sense.
It's funny.
Tell me.
Jalen just saw Soul Food, the movie,
Really?
not too long ago. I showed it to him, and he was like, "What's Soul Food?"
Does he get his
I was like,
black
"I'm
card?
going to hell, either hell or jail."
Oh
I'm
my
going
gosh.
to either or because you've never seen Soul Food.
I know.
But yeah, no,
oh my
that's what we
goodness.
do in our house.
That's funny. And he's here now, so that's okay. We'll give him a pass, right?
Yeah, he'll be fine. We'll bring him in next time.
So tell us more about your favorite song or favorite artist right now, or is it F and F?
Oh my God, no. I think one of my absolute favorite artists right now is Megan Thee Stallion. She speaks, and not only does she speak, she has fun with it. She still knows how to be sexy and still say and spread a word. And I love her confidence. I also am like, I'm obsessed with her talent.
Yes.
Have you ever heard Megan Thee Stallion just spit off the top of her dome?
Yes.
Oh,
She's good.
like I'm like, were you born this way?
My mom's a rapper.
Who, like, is she really? I did not know that.
My mom is a rapper.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I did not know that. I mean, like, it's like she was literally, she was born. She was born for this. She was ready for this. I can only imagine when she was like 3. And, you know, she was already like, A, B, C, D.
Right. On a whole rhyme at another level.
Oh my God, Dark Rise of Light.
Yes. No, Meg Thee Stallion is honestly out of this world. I mean, we love Meg. We happy when she was able to really come out on the scene and show us what she got because she hasn't let up yet.
Oh no,
Yeah.
and she's not going to. I don't think so. Anytime soon.
Oh, not
that is
at
my
all.
biatch. Okay,
Yes.
and the next time you're doing a video, baby,
Okay.
hit me up. I wanna be a boss too. I wanna be
Okay.
right there with you. I wanna be a hot girl. I would like to be a hot girl.
Yes.
Is that okay?
You are one now.
Okay, but no, I'm not a hot girl until Megan says, Falynn, you gonna be a hot girl with me.
The certified hot girl is what it sounds like.
Certified.
You ready to twerk on the video, or how's that
I
going?
could do all that.
Really? Actually, you can. I actually have seen it. I'm
Yes,
the one
you
telling
have.
you, like, I can't twerk.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta teach you.
Yeah. It's like it moves, but it doesn't, like, it's not perfect.
Oh my gosh, no, we're gonna fix all of that.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it. I mean, you
Just
can
a little, just a little
it's all
bounce.
like it's all in the back.
I love it. I love it 100%. Okay, last question I typically do ask all my guests, because, you know, I'm all about the luxury lifestyle. Tell me something that's a luxury that you're going to be doing in the next 7 days. And that could be taking a trip or a mom spa day, like whatever that means to you. What are you going to do for yourself in the next 7 days? Or Jalen can treat you to it. Who cares?
Actually, just a few more days past that, I will be making a very big trip. And that's all I can say.
That's all you can say? Okay. I guess it was like stalk
You'll
Instagram.
see it.
Yeah.
Everyone will see it.
Oh my God. Now I want to know everybody, but it's okay. We'll wait for it.
I can't say it yet. I'm not allowed.
Okay. Okay. We'll wait for it. Excited for the trip. We'll come back after it if it makes sense to really talk about whatever said trip is coming up. Any last words you want to say? Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here, girl?
No, I think, you know what? I think we didn't hit everything.
We
done hit
did.
dark,
It's been an
dark,
hour,
light,
girl.
middle.
Yes.
It's been a real trip.
It has. And the
We gonna
drinks.
gotta cheers today. We gonna cheers today because we did it.
We
did
did.
that. We did.
We
and
definitely
that's exactly
did.
what we said we were gonna
We
do.
did. We actually did. We talked about it. We came. We saw. We conquered.
Absolutely.
And now it's time to get out because we still have a bottle left to finish.
Ooh, bossy time.
I love it. Well, once again, Alexandria Icamoni in the studio. 105.3 The Beat, iHeartRadio with the Valentina.